Welcome to our church intercessory conference overview, and I'm here with Sister Glenda. We are here to go over our 5 nights of worship, and we're going to start with night 1. Sister Glenda, can you tell us, in your opinion, what happened on night 1?
Well, I think we opened up with what I would say a bang. Pastor Kwamina from the church out of Trinidad, he presented and spoke to us about the importance of prayer and the importance of prayer in the church organization. He gave a lot of examples of what he does at his church and how it has grown his church from very few people to now he has an extremely large congregation with more than one service.
So what do you think anyone who was sitting in our audience would have taken away from night 1?
That prayer takes effort. Effort by the church and effort by the individuals who are called upon to serve in the church.
Good.
And Kendra, what about night 2?
Well, night 2, we had the awesome presence of Bishop William Murphy Jr. He came from Pontiac, Michigan, and as you know, again, it was a continuation of the importance of prayer and worship and intercession. You know, we learned actually, and we were reminded that all of us are intercessors. All of us are able to stand in the gap and, you know, pray and intercede on behalf of our nation, our family, our friends. And that, you know, we don't have to give long-winded prayers to be heard by God. We just have to tap in, total concentration, and then we're going to be hearing what God has us or wants us to pray for. What about 3? Night 3.
That is fabulous. And I'm going to ask you to give a little overview of night 3.
Night 3 was continued by, we had Pastor Cecil again reiterating exactly what he really wanted us to hear from, you know, the Spirit. And again, it was the vision, how we are to support our pastor's vision. And you know, Pastor Carl has been telling us exactly what the vision is. And we have to be able to pray and you know, and support that. And I think that was the determining factor for me as our leader, letting us know what the vision is, and we just doing everything in our power to support what God has laid on his heart and how he's going to take us, you know, to the next level of victory.
And on night 4, Bishop William Murphy was back, and he continued to lead us into what intercession truly was. He also made a point of saying that there should not only be one focus on the person praying, but we all should be praying. It's supposed to be a corporate prayer in God's house. And so I think that was an eye-opener, because normally we give the podium and the mic to one person and we all look to that person to lead the church. But the church would be better covered if we are all praying and the focus instead is on God.
That is truly, it was an awesome night. And then Friday night, again, we had another presence where we were able to lay down the barriers, you know. Again, it was a continuation of what we've learned. It all culminated really with just understanding who we are and why we are here and the purpose that God has given us. Again, we are not going to be sharing the same purpose with everyone, but to truly be able to tap in and hear and understand why, you know, in our personal part, in our role to play in prayer and intercession. So I think that was the focus of night 5 and the final night, that, you know, everyone was just really trying to push in and understanding the different levels of praise and prayer. You know, the inner courts, actually the outer courts, the inner courts, and into the Holy of Holies. I think that was able to resonate through the hearts of everyone who was there, and the call to the altar to have all of us surrender. And I think that was really moving. It was a move of God like never before in the church. And I look forward to seeing what God is going to do in and through his people here, right here at Living Hope Cathedral.
That's right. We continue to live in anticipation of what is to come. And finally, on Saturday morning, we had a prayer workshop. And that was indeed eye-opening. We all are called to intercessory prayer, but we all are called to different characteristics, to pray for different things. And we completed a survey that showed us where our strengths was and what we really ought to be praying for as individuals and then corporately as a church. And Bishop Murphy demonstrated how that can be done. And I think that that is going to be an eye-opener for Living Hope going forward. We now know that we can cover every corner, every issue with prayer, and that is going to move not only this church, but this community forward.
That is absolutely correct. And again, everything, that this whole conference has really stood for, I really believe was accomplished. And again, we'd like to encourage everyone to pray, to intercede, and to worship the living God. And we all must worship him in spirit and truth.
Amen.
Washed away my sins when you died for me. Now I believe it's up to me to live life fully. As you can see,
he's been waiting for the time that you will come so he can set you free. Time is wasting, tomorrow it may never be.
I'm living, you're living, he's living, she's living, they're living.